Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
Hello and welcome back to Afterglow, episode 127. And on this episode, I'm being joined by patron OCD in every RPG, otherwise known as Slage, and we're going to be discussing his new book that's coming out, along with Smash TV, which we feel kind of has a few tie-ins to the general theme of his book. But before that, we're going to do a shout-out to our patrons, and rather than the usual Chrono Trigger music I pulled up, this is Smash TV. I wanted to do something a little different, so y'all know what's coming up. Special thanks to patrons, though, and those patrons are Tex and Toby with Big Red Flavor, Poppy the Masked Keaton, and of course our guest for this episode, OCD in every RPG.
I'd buy that for $1.
And you too can buy that for $1 if you go over to our Patreon. If you sub at the $1 a month tier, you get a shout out like the previous guys did at the beginning, sometimes the end, sometimes the middle of every episode. Either way, I'll make sure that we get your name in there somewhere. Usually there's Chrono Trigger music there, but for Smash TV, I had to throw that in, right? I mean, it's a classic. Of course, it comes from RoboCop, but I love how Smash TV gave some, glory to that as well. And with that being said, we're going to get ready to start this episode by opening with some music from Smash TV. I did go with the arcade version for a lot of the music here, although we do discuss the NES version, the Super Nintendo version, a little bit of the Sega, and of course the arcade as well. But for the music, I did end up going with the arcade release, which we're going to be checking out right now. And welcome back. I am joined today by longtime patron of the show, OCD in every RPG, otherwise known as Slage. What's up, man?
Doing all right.
Awesome. We're just going to start right off the bat. He has been working really, really hard on a special project. We're going to talk more about it at the end, but if you want to give a quick preview, go for it.
Basically, it was a book that started as kind of like a goofy project. Got inspired by a dream I had. Thought it was funny, and then got to talking to everybody in the secret levels community and playing survival games at the time, and it just kind of manifested into almost like a fanfic. Then I realized this thing really had some legs, and then they had the community support, and instead of just a goofy little few-page document, it wound up being a full-blown book.
Yep, I have downloaded a copy. I through the first few pages is about as far as I've made it, just because I've been stuck on a 6-day work spree, and 6-day straight work spree, so I'm hoping to get more in, but from what I've read so far, I'm pretty drawn into the idea of it. Getting drawn in, we are discussing something. To me, it's like a dystopian future kind of deal with Smash TV. Do you get that vibe from it?
I get that vibe very much, and I got to thinking about it as we've talked. It almost looks like what we currently have of you've got Hunger Games, you've got Squid Game, you've got all these books, movies, and series about these elitists having the poverty-stricken fight for their entertainment. That's kind of what you're doing here.
Yep. Some of the prizes are kind of interesting, where your character gets just as excited over a 1999 Roadster as he does a brand new toaster.
And what's weird is we were kids when this thing came out, and none of us had the slightest clue how much a toaster cost. We all would like watch The Price is Right or whatever and wonder, why are adults so excited about winning these appliances? And then we have video games where guys are literally killing each other to get these appliances. And now as adults, we're kind of like, oh, I kind of get it.
It's like, now I understand. I'm here like, is it a quality toaster? Because if it is, maybe someone does need to die. I'm tired of using the Great Value one over on the counter.
What did we say? It almost predicted how Black Friday would evolve?
Oh my god, yeah. I would say it's pretty accurate with the hordes of people just like plowing in through the doors.
There'd be a new version of population control. Every Black Friday, every store just has a survival of the fittest. Whoever's left alive gets the big screen TVs.
Right? Though, I mean, they've tried to get rid of Black Friday, but Walmart's been like even more evil about it. They're like, no, we're going to make the entire month Black Friday now. It's like, no, stop.
Oh, they just campaign to have them done as an official holiday that they own.
I hate it. I hate all of it.
We could have that new Oggins guy in their advertisement now. He'd just show up as the ghoul advertising Black Friday.
Jeez. I mean, the sad part is, though, back when this game came out, I mean, I feel like things, they were still very corporate, but like back when this game came out, you actually had like consoles set up with demos where you could try the game out. And if you remember, like if they had a grocery section, they'd have like a little tiny kiosk where they were giving you samples of stuff and whatnot. That don't happen anymore.
No, I remember one time, I don't know how, somehow, some way, one of my parents wound up getting word of there was a hotel in this area and they were hosting a beta test for a lot of Nintendo's games. So you actually got to go in there and they had a whole bunch of consoles set up where they would have all these kids come in and beta test these video games, and they'd have a guy right next to you asking your opinion. And I remember that being the first time I ever got exposure to like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and a few other games that honestly I cannot remember at the moment, but I thought it was so cool that here I am in this room, and it's almost like the Captain Blasto doll from that Rugrats episode is the best reference I have for it.
I never got to experience anything like that related to gaming. There was one I remember where I had tested some kind of a snack or a candy at the mall. And then there's another one. It was an online one for Amazon where I previewed like the first 3 episodes of a TV show that they were wanting to start. And I remember the show eventually did release like 2 years after I watched those first few episodes. I'm like, oh, cool.
Kind of gives you that weird thing of, did this actually happen or did it not? And then you see the show and you're like, oh, wow, it did happen.
Yeah, it was different too. I mean, there's definitely some edits between what I had seen and what the actual show ended up releasing, but a lot of the scenes were the same too. It was kind of a surreal moment, like rewatching it and being like, oh, hold on, I remember a scene being in between these 2 moments and whatnot.
You almost get that Mandela effect because you saw the beta test and now you're seeing the real thing and you can't convince anybody you saw the other one.
Right. I'm going to guide us a little back into Smash TV a little bit. You said that you had played it originally on the NES, right?
Actually, that was the first time I played on console. My first actual exposure to it was I was at a local barcade here called Barbotics, and they had like a Raspberry Pi set up on one of their cabinets. So I tried that out, and I had to chuckle because the prizes are like a VCR and a toaster. So I'm like, this is pretty weird. And then I realized I had one of my mini consoles here at home. So I tried it there, and it is a whole new world of twin sticks. It works perfectly. Trying to do it with an S controller, it is trying to do quantum mechanics as a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Now the NES did have a feature in it where you could play with two controllers using the D-pads, trying to hold like one controller in each hand. Did you try that?
No, because I struggled doing that just with Marble Madness.
Yeah, I found it very uncomfortable. I get what they were going for, but I feel like if you're going to play like that, you would need like two of the NES Advantage sticks, the big arcade stick, and you'd have to like try it that way.
That would have worked. And I think my next exposure to it was I got real lucky and got one of the Midway Arcade Classics setups with all the Mortal Kombat games on it and played it on my PS3. And oh man, that was nice. You know, dual analogs. Hey, I can play this game now.
Oh yeah, I emulated it just like right before we did this on a device with dual thumbsticks, and it's like, yep, this is how it needs to be played. Like I played the Super Nintendo version, and the Super Nintendo version's playable because you've got the four face buttons about in the right areas, but dual analogs where it's at.
No, because I mean, even back on Qbert, I could not do that 45-degree controls. So that I was so good at killing that poor guy.
He cussed you out every time.
Oh yeah. We need more of that.
My
Kinda
first
like
experience. Go ahead.
What was it? That old commercial, I think it was like for Jet Moto, where it's got the old woman trying to play the game, and the guy gets off the bike and yells at her, goes, "Turn off the blinker." We need some snark like that, some fourth wall breaking more in games.
Yeah, that's a rarity that we see that anymore. Everyone's gotten too friendly, which, I mean, to a degree, that's fine. Although I did like recently talking about snark, the new Sonic the Hedgehog racing game kind of went at it with the new Mario Kart game, which I did enjoy that.
See, me, for wanting to play a Sonic racing game, Sonic has to be the only person without a car, just to feed into his whole arrogant personality.
I imagine he's only using the body of a car, but he's like moving it like a Flintstone mobile. Yeah.
That's what we need. We need to see it, though. Let's see it.
Like he's doing that, and he's using the car body to slow him down enough to where the other racers have a chance.
Almost like he's playing with that, what was that, Nintendo Labs, the cardboard boxes they colored and licensed?
Mm-hmm. Which I actually liked the Labo a bit. Like, I thought it was a cool idea that it needed a bit more. Like, it was cool to put them together, cool to see what they did after you were done putting them together, and then they went in the box and you never used them again.
Kind of like a lot of things. Like Power Glove and Super Scope.
Poor Super Scope, which, I mean, I like the blaster on the NES, but the Super Scope, it was just like, this is neat for a few minutes, and there it went.
Yeah, the Zapper is just a relic that is timeless.
But my first experience with Smash TV was indeed the NES version, and I struggled really hard because, like I said, I couldn't get my hands around the controllers as a kid to make the dual D-pad method work real well for me. Later on, rented it for the Super Nintendo, and it was easier on the Super, but then getting into emulation and everything, getting to play the arcade version with the dual sticks and everything, it's like, yeah, I can definitely see how it was meant to be played now.
I almost wonder if it's in the same universe as Mad Max. Like, you have Thunderdome on one side of the world, and on the other side, you've got Smash TV.
I could see that. What did you think? Did you ever actually beat the game?
I want to say I probably wound up beating the game one time, and I remember nothing about it. And if I didn't beat the game, it was I got to the final boss and I went, you know what, I'm done. But I don't remember if it was me loading up a cheat mode on my mini console or if I just decided to really bang away at it on my PS3 version.
See, I never beat the console version. I did kind of beat my way through the arcade version just by continually putting in credits. But I would never beat it in real life in a real arcade because I would be a broke boy. Easily like $50 worth of quarters, easy.
Oh yeah, that's why it's definitely a barcade kind of title, especially if you have people that weren't exposed to video games around this time, because you can show them a lot of the cheesy stuff because it was all roided up muscle dudes with guns and women in bikinis at that time, and it's absurd, but it's entertaining in the same way the old cheesy movies at the time with Arnold and Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
It's great. You've got an enemy called Mr. Shrapnel who literally just blows himself up, and it's shrapnel's what kills you. The first boss being Mutoid Man, you're like blowing pieces off of him. You blow his head off early. Then whenever you blow his torso away, there's another head on top of the tank.
That always made me flash back to that boss in the Revolution X video game. I don't know how or why, but for some reason my brain wants to combine those two.
It's a game I need to cover at some point. I've never managed to get past like the second level legitimately in that game.
If it was on the home console version, it was definitely the game lag. And if it's the arcade version, it's because that thing, you basically had to take out a mortgage just to get through that game in quarters.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I want to say it was the arcade version. But the game is, like, it feels long, but it's shorter than what I thought. I believe there's only 4 actual arenas.
I want to say yes.
But usually after I beat the first one, that's usually the point where I'm like, okay, I've had enough. I'm done. I got my enjoyment.
You've pretty much seen all there is to see, with the exception of the background and the environment changes, more or less.
Yeah, and the boss strategy is ridiculous because your normal gun has no effect on bosses. Your bullets just bounce right off, so you constantly have to pick up power-ups to do damage.
Yeah, it falls in that old trap of almost like a lot of the space shooters that have of, if you're upgraded, you're great, but man, you take that first death, you become an ant fighting a giant.
Yeah, I was running into a problem with a Mutoid Man. The game is nice enough; it will spawn a single power-up if you're not powered up that you gotta get to. But then the boss will half the time park right on top of it to where you can't get to it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool.
That mechanic of have something fly in and you shoot it, or like you hit them and they're a glowing red dot and a power up falls out.
Yeah, I hate that. It's like you lose a life, the game spawns a power up, and the boss is right on top of it. Although that is a bad mechanic throughout the rest of the game because there's bombs on the floor in many areas, and a lot of times a reward can spawn on top of that bomb. You can get like a prize or money or whatever, and they'll cover the sprite for the bomb. You don't know it's there.
Yeah, that got me several times. I usually kind of like, okay, how to die?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. That was probably one of my biggest gripes with the game because those kind of deaths, they feel unfair.
Yes, very much so. But that was like the style at the time.
Yeah, for sure. I've never gotten to the Pleasure Dome where you get the 10 keys to get what's, I guess, extra hidden level. Have you ever pulled that off?
No, I remember hearing something about it, and I want to say there's a parodied version that I wound up playing somewhere where it was like a 8-bit version of Duke Nukem, because the Pleasure Dome was just you rescuing women in bikinis and getting money.
Yeah, I just looked it up, and the Pleasure Dome is considered the 4th level of the game. Without the Pleasure Dome, there's only 3 levels from the looks of it.
Gotcha.
Which, I mean, again, after you play through that entire first one, that's her gameplay loop for the most part. You get the maze and you get different level layouts and whatnot, but that's the gameplay loop. And honestly, after the first level, it's a good 20, 30-minute run a lot of times. It's like, all right, I'm good.
It's a good idea, and it's had a good evolution because a lot of games now use it. You've got like the Saints Row series did it third person with the Professor Ginky mini game against mascots. Stardew Valley's got it with the Journey of the Prairie King. It's a mechanic that's done well in bite-sized chunks in other games as a mini game. That's where it's good at, but as it being the soul blood of a game, it don't work.
Yeah, they did try it again with Total Carnage. It was another Williams game, and again, it's fun in short doses, but I wouldn't want to sit there and play through and beat the game.
No, you've pretty much seen everything you can see with that one. It is your stereotypical 80s macho man game. I remember playing that and laughing so hard at the absurdity of that game.
Yep. I do like the fact that this one does have a little bit of gore behind it, which for the time that came out in 90, it was before Mortal Kombat, I recall correctly. So, it's kind of shocking to see like character completely dismembered and an eyeball flying up in the air and then falling back down. Then, of course, it did take some inspiration from RoboCop. I'd buy that for $1. Big money, big prizes. I love it.
Yes.
And, of course, The Running Man that took some inspiration from it, which I've recently started rereading. I'm about halfway through it. I haven't had a chance to knock out any more of it in the past couple weeks. It's very different from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which I also really like. But this game definitely took some inspiration from that movie.
Yeah, it worked out well. Like I said, for the time, it's good, and it's something that probably could be done again today, just with a little more evolution to it.
I think you nailed it whenever you said, like, as a bonus game or something, it's perfect. It's just one of those things. Fun. Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's just, again, after that first level, I feel like I'm done.
Yeah, because, it's okay. Your trick is you do, like, hula hoops, okay? And your variety is this glows in the dark, this is on fire, but again, you're limited in your box.
Yeah, it's definitely a prettier version of Robotron 2084.
Yeah.
Like, I got big Robotron vibes from this game, other than the fact that you're not rescuing people, but like the gameplay, dual stick, one stick to move, one stick to shoot, and you've got waves of enemies attacking you, really felt a lot like Robotron to me.
I almost wonder if it's something you could do modern day with all the hero shooters and team-based shooters that we have. Just have it to where you get dropped in with 8 random people and you get the option of you can troll or not troll, and you have everybody just competing for prizes on the battlefield. Just don't do it to the level that Fortnite did, but you could still have your sponsors, because in the game you could actually have your guys in their gladiator armor outfits, and they could be like wearing a Mountain Dew logo green skin, and that's your dude, like you were a gladiator sponsored by a corporation.
See, I feel like a modern take on it would almost be like Call of Duty Zombies, where you go in with the team and you just have waves after waves of more and more powerful zombies coming at you. I feel there are similarities between that and this to bring it to modern day almost.
Yeah, because actually, isn't it more or less? It's kind of done a little differently, but it's even in the Terror is Reality to some extent in Dead Rising 2.
Yeah, yeah. Man, that's the game I need to go back to. I haven't played that in forever.
Oh, it's fun. I enjoy it so much. It's everything I want to do with a zombie game. I don't run around just shoot. I want to use what's available.
Yeah, I played the remaster of the first one recently, and again, it was fun going back to it. I like the sandbox idea.
Maybe we'll have to co-op sometime together. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I just need to find a way out of work. All I need, people, is 997 more patrons, and I think I'd be able to make enough per month to where I wouldn't have to work my full-time job.
We'll have to try that,
Come on, people. Yeah, I really do like that series. This is definitely one to where I can see where it was the inspiration for a lot of other stuff and then see how it was inspired by a lot of stuff. It's a really good middle ground to go back to.
It is. It's a wonderful base. I mean, it's almost like bread. Like, bread in itself is good, but then you can like add butter or you can stuff. I mean, it's a very safe kind of neutral base to a recipe that can be easily altered to a lot of degrees.
Right. I mean, this one has more flavor to it than I'd say Robotron did. Like, Robotron would be like the core ingredients, and this game here, okay, you've mixed the ingredients together for the cake, but you haven't bought the icing or the candles or anything yet.
Yeah.
So if you want to play this game now, I am scrolling eBay. Super Nintendo version can be had for about $40. Genesis version about $30. NES, seen about $30. Interestingly enough, there was a Tiger Electronics version. It's not made by Tiger, but it's like that basic idea. It has like the LCD screen on it and whatnot.
I can see that actually not being too hard to do because all you have to do is have a centralized avatar and just hit up, down, left, or right to shoot.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting idea. I'm looking at one right now for $25, and yeah, I do like the way that they did it. It worked out pretty good, I think, from just the screenshots I'm looking at of it. I didn't know that existed, though, until I just did a random search on eBay. Game Gear, dear God. Game Gear, you can get a sealed copy for $150.
Almost enough to pay for the batteries.
Please buy the AC adapter. or just get a Sega Nomad and get the Genesis version.
It makes me wonder how it was able to work that well in the movie Surf Ninjas.
Oh, that guy had like some kind of battery backpack deal.
You'd have to.
I mean, there's a reason why the Game Boy won, with it not having a color screen and lower resolution. It's like, why? Because you could actually play a Game Boy.
Yes, we all remember them days of riding in the back seat, waiting for a street light or something to light the screen up just enough to keep going.
But at least you could play it. It wasn't a concept like the Game Gear where you just like look at it and be like, man, I wish I could afford some batteries.
Yeah. That brick would be awesome if I could afford some AA's.
Oh man, I had so much fun playing that port of Sonic the Hedgehog for 5 minutes before my batteries died. That poor system. Reviews for this game. All over the board. Game rankings these days, aggregate gives it an 82.25. I'm looking at 96 and 97%, which is crazy. But then I'm looking at 38 out of 100 and 37 out of 100. Although those, now that I'm looking at, look like they're all for the Sega version. Apparently, they did not like the Sega version as much as they did the Super Nintendo or the ZX Spectrum version.
Any reason?
I can't pull up the actual magazines. I just got like a list of magazines that covered it and their scores. I've got them all downloaded in my Retro Mags collection, but finding them would be a nightmare.
I almost wonder if it was a matter of controls or a matter of lag at the time.
I would guess control, just because for the NES version, for me, like, the controls were really rough. If you want to play this game today outside of eBay, it was released as part of the Arcade Party Pack on PlayStation 1. It was on Midway Arcade Treasures for the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. Although I guess you'd have to find all those on eBay as well, because those consoles are all over 20 years old at this point. God, I'm old.
I'll laugh an Atari over here.
I was there for the Atari too, don't worry. Interestingly enough, its most recent release was a digital download through Microsoft Xbox Live Arcade. It also allowed 2 players to play the game online, which was awesome, but it was delisted in 2010 after Midway shut down. So, emulate. That's what I'm going with.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like you're hurting the new owners. Midway shut down. I have no clue who owns Smash TV at this point, but obviously they're not interested in selling it to you, so emulate it. Pirate it.
Well, not to mention that whole fact that, if purchase doesn't constitute ownership, then, piracy's not theft.
Exactly. That's why I have an AYN Thor sitting here instead of a 3DS. But overall, I enjoyed this game, although it does hit a little close to home these days with its whole dystopian atmosphere and everything. That was a little awkward to see and play this game after you've read the current day's news and whatnot.
Yeah, I keep waking up waiting for the Hunger Games thing to get set up. We need to get a stove. All right, get the suit of armor. Let's go try it.
Dude, I'm collecting bottle caps. I'm waiting for Fallout to hit.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping we're far enough away to where we're in the wasteland and not the radiation zone.
I don't know. Ghoul might be fun.
I don't know. I know I don't have the money to go in the vault.
I'd just be worried what experiment I'd be stuck with.
I can't even think of like one right now that would be like doable. Like they're all bad at this point.
Yeah, because you'd have it to where everybody was named the same name, or they would constantly put this pulsing sound in there to turn everybody into homicidal maniacs. Or
They were all bad as far as I could tell. I remember the one where they more or less put a bunch of Nazis in one.
yeah.
It's like, nope, don't need that. We got enough of them in the real world the way it is.
A good answer for that one is 999, and I hope that was the name of the vault was 999.
Oh god, that would be fitting, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
So let's go on to something more positive before we wrap up. Let's tell viewers about the book that you've done and where you can get more information on it.
All right, I've got it available 100% free to read in its entirety on the website BookFunnel. You can also download it. It's got a set limit of 100 downloads. You're there. You can welcome to read it. I've got some of my contact information there. Feedback is welcome. The book was mostly inspired by several of the personalities in the Secret Levels, Afterglow, and Grimglow Discord communities, because everyone's got such a great, colorful personality. And I put in the thing in there asking if anyone would like to have a character created. Y'all gave up some great ideas. That was just, y'all gave me easy pitches and I knocked them out of the park, I hope. So it was a great community building thing to where I just had to take the input and put it out there.
I'm going to be including links to everything below in the show notes for this episode. So be sure to check out the show notes, check out his copy of the book, and come back to it as well. Keep checking, because we are currently trying to get him a publisher. That way he can get a physical print version, right?
Yes. Right now, I've just got it set up as an online ebook. And to be honest, I may keep it online as a free ebook. And when I do the sequel, just release both of them as physical copy. Just kind of a way of, you know what, this has been out there free. Check it out. This is what I've got.
Right on. Any kind of preview or anything that you want to give out to listeners?
Honestly, I don't even know what would be the best kind of preview to give. Basically, if you've played anything along the lines of Conan Exiles, Ark, Survival Evolved, anything like that, it's very much that kind of setup in a game, but it kind of does the thing like the Stay Tuned movie or like the Jumanji game, to where it pulls characters in where they are essentially harvested for their energy while they're suffering in this game. So your options are live and you constantly feed the machine with your negative vibes, or you just get killed and then replaced.
Speaking of awesome movies that should have become video games, Stay Tuned will have made an amazing video game.
It would have. They actually tried to do a sequel, and for some reason they just couldn't get it to go.
I mean, I wonder how much of that would be due to the fact that John Ritter did a lot of heavy lifting in that movie.
That may have been it. I don't know if it was a matter of they had trouble with a script or if they had trouble getting him to want to come back.
Like, he's the guy that made that movie for me. I'm glad you brought that movie up, because that movie's awesome.
Well, that was part of the inspiration. Like I said, this is very much a Frankenstein's monster of so many things that just, they had weak connections, but all it took was a thread to connect them. And it became this entity all on its own.
And then the final thing I would like to say, I would love to see this get supported, just for the fact that it is legit homemade media. It's not AI made like a lot of the stuff on the internet seems to be these days. And it's made for entertainment. It's not made to, make a quick buck and then abandon it. Because I know you said you wanted to turn it into like a multi-book series.
I'm thinking it's going to be a 3-book series. I'd also love to get it turned into a video game, because it has all the aspects there for it. It just seems like it'd be fun to do. And I would love to get some applications or what have you for artists, because when you click on the Book Funnel site, it's got an image there of the book cover. And yes, full disclosure, that is an AI image, but I've got in the description of, I am looking for someone to do art. So if anyone does graphic design or whatever, please, I would love to have the human element to get out there to do book cover designs and illustrations for this book.
One idea for the game that I think would be wild, and I've seen other games attempt it, but I've never seen it done right yet, would be to metagame it in the real world, to where you've got the video game, but the video game can actually like text your like real life phone number, asking you about stuff and you got to reply.
You're getting into one of my other books. I've got a prototype going for there.
Oh, I guess I need to shut up then.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
No, it's just something that I've seen a few games attempt, but it's never really worked out. And there's got to be a way to bring that around to where it could work out, especially in the mobile phone generation.
Yeah, it's I've got two stories. I can just go ahead and let this out there. Of one of them is going to essentially be to where you have to be an assassin, but you have to use the products that are given to you and advertise them. That's going to be the book of Kill and Shill. So basically, you're an infomercial salesman and assassin, and trying to do both jobs at once.
Please tell me there's a rubber chicken involved.
There can be.
Has to make that noise.
Yeah, your objective, you must kill the target using only a rubber chicken.
That would be beautiful. But
that's actually the messed up kind of stuff in this book, to where the characters in here will get essentially loot boxes given to them by sponsors, kind of like how the Hunger Games would have investors give to the contestants.
Mm-hmm.
Here, some random rich person can be like, hey, I want to see this character do that. So they send them that chance of, hey, if you do this, this sponsor has agreed to give you X, Y, Z items. It could be anything from food to a weapon to medical treatment. You are essentially a puppet to their will, and they exploit the fact that you are essentially in this world with nothing.
So it could be like Smash TV. They could send you a roadster, or they could send you a toaster or a VCR.
That's very much so. Yes, it's even got it to where there's some parodies on commercialism in there, because one character, just to kind of give you a little piece of it, all podcasters are aware that everyone always has all these ads for like Factor and what is that blue pill that's out there? I don't remember the name. It's like a generic Viagra. So I
the Blue Chew
in there. Blue Chew, yes, that, yes. The main character actually winds up having a sponsor like that, to where he has to do an ad for an erectile dysfunction pill to get supplies.
Does he have to actually take it?
That is not there. He just has to advertise it.
So I didn't know if he's having to survive the dungeon with a massive problem in the forward direction.
If it lasted more than 4 hours, he's out of luck because there's no doctors.
That's unfortunate. It's a great job. After you beat your enemy, you have to beat yourself.
Well, they say your greatest opponent to beat is yourself. So, I mean,
This is why I wear glasses. I mean, anyway. Thank you for coming on and joining me for Smash TV. I was trying to think of a game that kind of tied in with what you were working on, and I'm here like I can see similarities. It's not perfect, but there's similarities there.
I think you nailed it. If you're okay, I'd love to throw out some thank yous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody in the Secret Levels, Grimglow, and Afterglow podcast communities and Discords, thank you so much for the support and the inspiration. Shout out to Grim. He did a great radio ad for me. I hope gets played on here. Did great. Love it. So I fully endorse any audio work anyone wants Grim to do. Did great with it.
And that will be joining the ads that we run at the end of every episode. And in this episode, I am going to make sure it's also the first ad in the list.
That would be good.
Any other thank yous or anything?
It's not so much a thank you as a mention of Doug does appear in this series. So, special mention to Doug, but definitely not a thank you.
Yeah, that Doug guy's nothing but problems, we've noticed.
Apparently, yes, which is why he makes an appearance in the series. So, yes, the problems with Doug continue.
Doug kind of reminds me of Mr. Shrapnel from Smash TV. He just waltzes in the Discord server and then he gets blown up.
Not that I couldn't use any of this for inspiration on more things to do with the character.
That is an inside joke in the Doug thing. For listeners that are interested, check out the Secret Levels Discord. Shout out to them because many times we have a Doug come in and Doug has to be taken care of. Alrighty. Well, on that note, I guess we're going to play some more music as an outro and then run the ad for the new book that is PvE Player versus Everyone, or Player versus Everything. Be sure to check it out on bookfunnel.com. Links will be in the show notes. And as always, thank you to Slage, not only for being the patron of the show for so long, but also for coming on to discuss some Smash TV.
Always fun to do it. Anytime it's a game I actually have something to contribute to, love being on the show.
Heck yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing you back on again.
We'll have to do some. I've been talking with Keaton. I'd love to get the idea you had for a RPG roundtable discussion, just to really let something go. We pick a game and just talk.
Yeah, I'm wanting to do something like that. My original plan was to do the bit era Final Fantasies, the first 6. Maybe bring Keaton in, bring Keith in from Main Quest. We'd have to be kind of careful because I know he's going back to college, so his schedule is a little tricky. But shout out to Keith, by the way. If you haven't listened to any Main Quest, it is in hiatus right now, but he's got a huge backlog to check out. Be sure to check out Keith's work too.
It is good. I can give my own little testimony. It is some good stuff.
Yeah, he is very professional with his show. It's very, very structured. I really like it. Although I like my show too, which is not structured at all. It's just throw everything against the wall and let's see what happens.
But it works. That's the thing. It works.
Yeah, it does work. I like it because it's more of a discussion based than review based. I think it fits.
Well, it goes back to the Wild West days of Nintendo where they threw stuff at the wall and it stuck. So we go with that. And then you've got the show music that, I'm sorry, it just sounds like something great for the main menu of a retro game or the pause music tone. One of them two, the work done on that theme, it gets stuck in my head every time I watch an episode for a day or two.
Well, Grim nailed it with the theme because for the first, I want to say 30, 40 episodes or so, I was using some royalty-free chiptune music, and I really do like that tune too. I think it did well, but I think Grim knocked it out of the ballpark with what he did.
Yeah, I see a very good career for him in the world of audio.
Oh, yeah. I love doing Grim Glow with him, too. We do have another episode that we've recorded. We just got to get it edited and knocked out, and he's been so busy. I'm actually going to do a pre-edit for him before I send the pre-edit over to him. He's a much better editor than I am. But, yeah, he's working so hard with college right now. But they do trickle out.
Yeah, I like the defunct technology that you guys bring up too. It's good because it's like, oh, hey, core memory triggered. I remember this thing. I remember seeing this thing, but I knew nothing about it.
Oh, we've got some wild stuff that we've actually bought that we're going to cover eventually. It's literally just in the closet waiting, but we've easily got the stuff bought up for at least 5 or 6 more episodes before we even have to hit up eBay again.
Nice.
But alrighty, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to play some outro music, and then we will call this episode good with our outro. As always, thank you for checking out another episode of Afterglow. If you're looking for some more entertainment, be sure to check out our show notes, especially the link tree below. That link tree gives you links to other places you can listen. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube. Links to many other friends of the show, including another show I'm on, Grimglow Low Tech Reviews. You can check out Secret Levels, and there might be a surprise over there right now if you go over and check out their show, because we have a second stunt double special that they have posted over there, where myself and Keaton are covering Sword of Hope for the Game Boy. Of course, many other friends of the show, including Retro Gaming Roundup, Retro Hangover, the Lost and Gone podcast, the Main Quest, the Reviews Brothers, the Superpod Network, and of course other friends of the show, including the YouTube channel, the Electronic Emotions Program. He's been on the show a couple times. Be sure to check out his work on YouTube as well. Of course, other links in there include a merch store if you want to grab an Afterglow t-shirt, coffee mug, sticker, magnet, whatever. Hey, I'm not going to complain if you want to advertise. There's also a link to the Discord where you can come and chat with myself and many of those who have been on the show. And every Wednesday, we do have a Name That NES game where I post a screenshot of a random NES game for you all to figure out what that game is. Of course, there is also a link to the Patreon for just $1 a month. You can get a shout out in every episode, and it helps support the show as well. And we're going to close this out with some messages from friends of the show, including a new message from our host that we're going to be adding to our friends' messages, where he's going to be telling you about his new book release, and those are going to be starting up right now.
Imagine the most intense and realistic survival game ever built. Now imagine that you've just been dropped into it. No guides, no wiki, no respawn. Are you ready? Follow Daniel and Grace into a brutal landscape where the environment is just as lethal as the predators roaming it. This isn't about leveling up. It's about surviving a system designed to delete you. PvE, player versus everything. Book 1 of the Condemned in a Console series. Available now on Bookfuddle by Lord Stephen Asher.
For more than 15 years, Retro Gaming Roundup has been the center of your retro gaming universe, with top 10s, interviews, game reviews, news, and much more from all over the globe. Be sure to tune in every month for a new dose of Retro Gaming Roundup. That's RetroGamingRoundup.com.
Hey, this is Toby, one half of the Secret Levels podcast. We're a podcast that goes over old retro games. We go over the history, the story, the gameplay, some fun facts. We even rage a little bit. And then we go and give it a nice 1 to 10 rating to let you know if it's still worth playing. We have over 200 reviews for games on the NES, the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and many other consoles. You can find us on all the major podcasting apps, such as Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and you can follow us on social media at Secret Levels Pod. Game over, folks.
Hello and welcome to the Reviews Brothers. It's me, Martin, and you can join me on YouTube, where I have hundreds of videos covering a huge range of video game topics. I've got top 10s, hidden gems, console-focused A to Zs, as well as dedicated videos to topics like Doom mods, 3D platform games, ninja games, pirate games, and more. I cover all systems from Commodore 64 right up to modern consoles. Nothing gaming is off the table. So be sure to search for the Reviews Brothers on YouTube, as well as on Instagram and TikTok for hundreds of retro and modern video game reviews.
Afterglow listeners, it's me, Keith Gasper, coming at you from the #1 retro gaming podcast, the Main Quest podcast. Come hang out as a guest and I play and discuss a game from the backlog of my childhood. We're talking about our history and the history of the game, and if it's worth checking out today. We're talking about games from the NES, the Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx, Game Boy, and much more. And that's just on the main feed. If you enjoy what you're hearing on Afterglow, you're going to enjoy the main quest, and I'm happy to have you. Find the main quest on Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Spotify, and wherever great podcasts are downloaded.
Hello, my name is Aaron. I'm one half of Superpod Saga, a topical variety video game podcast fueled entirely by nostalgia and unleaded gasoline. Superpod Saga, we discuss a different video game topic each and every week. We have new episodes every single Monday covering a different video game topic. More than anything, we want to entertain our listeners and make you feel like you're one of the boys, like you're hanging out at a campfire with some of your best zany, caffeine-powered buddies and just talking about your favorite games and all that stuff. Stop on down to Superpod Saga. It's on every podcatcher there is. If it's not, let me know and we'll get on it. But again, Superpod Saga, stop on by.